Hello everyone, welcome back to the surgical canvas. Today we are going to discuss the bilobed flap with an example on the raw area on the left of the nose. First, we convert the wound into a proper circle and we measure its radius r and name the center as C1. Now we have to choose a pivot point for raising the bilobed flaps. We choose the pivot point at distance 2r from the C1 center. Now, taking pivot point P as center, we draw two circles with radius 2r and radius 3r. Now, taking the line C1P as base, we draw two lines. First line at 45-degree angle and the second line at the 90-degree angle. The point of intersections are marked C2 and C3. Now it's time to raise the flap. The first flap will be based on C2 and will have a radius of r. The second flap will be a symmetrical arc in such way. Now, we have to raise the both flaps based at C2 and C3. We have to do adequate undermining of the tissue around the flaps for the proper closure. Now, after raising flap, we do the transposition part. We move the C2 flap to cover the space of C1. Then we move the C3 flap to cover the space defect of the C2 and we primarily close the defect at the base of C3. For adequate and aesthetic closure, we have to sacrifice the extra tissues at the base of C1 as well as we will have to sacrifice the tip of tissues at the base of C3. Therefore, the final incision line will appear like this. Thank you.